Michele Becker is second in the world right now. What a start for him.
I am already on Sylt, but last week was an absolutely crazy week at the first PWA tour stop.
Okay, so here we go. We are in. Yes, we are. We're here in Lake Garda, Torbole.
Competition started, registration, it was rainy, no wind on the first day. So the second day started. We met super early. I think at 7 was skipper's meeting. And we went on the water at, I think start was something around 8 in the morning. We have north wind, it was super cold, and it was a crazy elimination. I finished second place behind my teammate Alex Cousin. He led the event after the first race, and Nico Prien, the other German, was third. So it was really a crazy experience. And yeah, basically how that came was that the wind was shifty, it was gusty, it was really hard to time everything, to be on point every race. So we had a lot of cancelled races, a lot over earlies, and so the same happened in our final, that 5 out of the 8 guys went over early. So basically the worst position I could have taken in the end was third, would have been third. I ended up second.
We're going straight up to the men's final. Here we go, straight in.
Oh, everyone's...
They look early, something looks wrong, doesn't it?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, hello, 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 hello,
Oh, no.
hello, General Rico. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
how many recalls can we have? Again, they look... They're pushing it again, right?
They are early.
Oh, no!
Have it go away. Well, looks
Oh,
like a good
Maciek's had a
start
good
from
start.
Maciek. That is more like what he wanted to see. Is that Nico Prien in there?
Yeah.
Nico Prien's in there. We got, again, Matteo
Oh.
Giacchino looking very solid. Prien looking quick right now.
Rolling.
And this is the final. Is Nico slowing down?
Oh, no.
Are
Not
you
again.
joking me? Need some communication. General recall again. Rakowski, McMillan, Vrieswijk and Giacchino are all over early
No way.
and are out of the final. I mean, they were the consistent. I mean, that's a lot.
Wow.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, it's took us a long time to get here. Like I said, if you are tuning in for the first time, this isn't really that normal. So we've got Michele Becker, we've got Alexander Cousin, we have got Bruno Martini, and we have also got Nico Prien. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Prien
Or is
there.
already Bruno gone?
Maybe Bruno's gone.
Maybe he was gone from the one before.
Oh,
so
wow,
we've only
so it's
got
top 3. Cousin, Prien, Becker.
They don't want to be
That's
over, do they? They're
No.
like, no, oh, get out of the way, you.
That's Lohan.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's a good start
So
for Prien.
Prien, very good start. He's gone for it. He's gone for it. He wants to win. So Prien round in first
Ooh.
place. Alexander Cousin right behind him. Good jibe from Nico. Becker in third. Alexander is not letting him go. Alex is right on him. Nico Prien trying to get his first ever race win
This is so
on the
tight.
PWA, and he's reeling him.
For a 3-person final,
Slowly,
this is so
surely,
tight.
Here we go.
Ooh.
This is where Becker be looking, going, come on, boys. Oh, he has a bit
He's
of a
done
moment
it.
there. Cousin looking good, but it is Cousin who's going to go around in
Don't want to
first.
miss the jibe.
Good jibe from Cousin.
Oh.
Second place. Oh, Prien's gone down. Becker. Becker's going to come through. Going to be a 1-2 from PATRIK. Not long to go across the finish line, and there he is. So he is
Claim
leading the world. He gives a big punch in the air there. Michele Becker is second in the world right now. What a start for him. And Nico Prien, third in the world.
Wow.
Would you have picked those results at the beginning of today?
Yeah, and I mean, for me, it was even a big goal accomplished to be in my first winners final, and I had a really tough fight with Enrico. He had a bad start, he was pushing me the whole race. At some point he overtook me, had to do a wide jibe, I took the inside. Absolutely crazy. I was really, in this moment, I was like, this is my moment. I'm not gonna allow Enrico to snatch it away. So yeah, I made it to the final, and that was amazing by itself. And then obviously I came to the beach after 4 hours on the water. That was crazy just as a fact alone, because one elimination took 4 hours. I came back to the beach, congratulated Alex, and then PATRIK, obviously my boss of the PATRIK international team, let's say, and he was on the phone. He was super happy, and yeah, that was for sure a pleasure to be with the team in that moment. The next days went by a little slow. It was rainy for the next days, not much wind. You know, sometimes we went on the water and we were basically on standby, had to wait an hour, maybe got a heat through, maybe not. You know, in the end, for me, it was a win-win situation. Some people ask me, am I praying to no wind coming, so I end up with a second place, or do I want to race more? In the end, it was perfect how it went, because the second place, there was a bit of luck involved. So now I'm happy that on the last day, we finally got a bit of wind. Of course, everything could happen. If I end up last in my heat or something, I could drop way down the ranking. So yeah, everything was still open. And then everything went much quicker than expected, because on that afternoon, suddenly, I think it was not even afternoon, it was 12. The call was made to start or to complete the second elimination, and I had a good semi-final, but I just went slightly behind Will, who was leading. I think I was something like second place, and that's a good position. I tried to go upwind a bit because he was covering me, so I had dirty air, and I wasted a few seconds. But exactly in that moment, Nico Prien rolled me, who had a better jibe, so I had really bad air, so I had to go down again. So within, I don't know, a few seconds, I dropped from second place something to fourth or fifth place, and in the end, I just didn't make it into another winners final in fifth place. I ended up in the runners-up final, which is also fine, but there, I think for once I had not a really good start. I ended up being in a really bad position, something like 5th and 6th. I wanted to push more, crashed another jibe. Shout out to Ennio, who didn't crash into me. That was a close call because, I just dropped a shitty jibe. In the end, I finished last in the runners-up final. That's the 16th place. So now I was counting a second and a 16th, which is a huge gap. And this is what I said before. Now I was, pretty far down in ranking, let's say. Still top 10 somewhat, I don't know the exact position, but it was not so nice. And then I came back to the beach, and just right away we started the next elimination. It was literally 20 minutes of break, something like that, or half an hour, but just because I was seated in the next round. So while I came to the beach, some other guys of the first rounds went out again. I can't even remember the semi-finals, but in the end, I know I made the winners final, and I felt so confident on my gear. It was insane. I could just, speeding down this first reach in the winners final in PWA, and I rode some people.
Got the speed upwind from him. Michele Becker on the PATRIK, looking good. And then we got Giraud from France. Just behind them, a Maciek Rakowski. Will McMillan is pulling out a little bit of a lead here. Becker dropping back. Enrico Marotti, but it is Will McMillan round in first place.
Enrico in second.
He leaves a big gap, but it doesn't matter. He makes it cleanly round. Enrico Marotti in second place. Hubert at the back at the moment. Will McMillan. Could this be the race win he was looking for? I'm sure there'll be a few people rooting for him back home. 17 years old. Could he win his first ever PWA final? Had it all
I think
in
he
it.
will.
All of it is there.
I think he will.
He should have done it before.
He will.
Made a mistake on the last jibe mark. Could race
Will.
elimination 3 be the one?
Will win the elimination.
We will see. Enrico Marotti, though, has not given up on that first place. He's right there. So Enrico Marotti in second place. I think it's Michele Becker in third as Will comes in to the jibe mark first. Leaves a pretty big gap, just not taking any prisoners. Marotti goes in, but Becker's right on Marotti here.
But Maciek is also inside.
Maciek isn't giving up either.
No.
He's in fourth place. Keep your eye on him.
Who's this? And Del Pont.
That's Del Pont. Look at that. Really close at the front. Marotti is pumping those legs to try and find some extra lift from the foil. Will McMillan is just keeping it steady. He isn't moving at all. Enrico Marotti's got Michele Becker right on him. It's going to come down to jibes right now because these boys are pretty quick, all of them. But I would say McMillan has got that tiny bit of extra speed.
Yeah.
He is so steady. It doesn't seem to move. Maciej Rakowski sitting hungry in fourth place. He knows this jibe coming up could be the difference between leading the event and not. As we come in, it is going to be Will who comes in first place. Needs to keep it steady. McMillan makes it round solid. Oh, great jibe from Marotti. Good jibe from Maciej Rakowski, who moves up into third place ahead of Michele Becker. It's still all on now. I'm sure they're all cheering back home for Will McMillan. 17 years old. Can he do it?
He will.
He's a beast.
He will.
I mean, we've already got the beast, but this guy's the Hulk.
It's Hulk.
You don't want to see it when he's angry, and Maciej Rakowski has a moment back there. Michele Becker has moved maybe into third place now with that touchdown. One jibe mark to go. Will McMillan has been here before. He blew it. Is he going to blow it for a second time?
No,
surely not.
He will not.
He'll be feeling nervous right now. He will be feeling absolutely nervous. Has he got it as he throws it into this jibe? And he makes it round.
Yeah.
Will McMillan has made it round. He's home and dry, surely. Maciej Rakowski has dropped back to fourth place. Becker up into third. Marotti in second place. There is not much wind left on the course, is there? It looks light. Will McMillan, he has got not long to go. 17 years old. He's 110 kgs. This boy is going to do things, that is for sure. He is going to cross the line for his first ever PWA race win. There's just meters to go. Are the crowd going wild back home? Is YouTube going up? And there he goes. Will McMillan takes the win. Second place, Enrico Marotti. Then Michele Becker. Great race from him.
Then
Maciej Rakowski solid as ever in fourth.
I think I was third around the first mark. At one point, Maciej overtook me again. I was then above and kind of behind him. I saw him touch down once, and then I fully went on him and passed him. In the end, I finished third place in a winner's final behind Will McMillan. He claimed his first victory in that elimination, and Enrico Marotti. Absolutely amazing result, and this third place already felt much better, for example, than the second place in the first elimination. So now, last elimination, fourth elimination, means we get a discard, which means we can, obviously discard our worst result. So I had the second and the third. So in theory, if I would have won there, for example, I would have 0.7 points for the first, the third, and the second. And this would be right up in the ranking. But also, if I mess that up, then I have to count my 16th again. So basically I went out there, I knew everything was open.
Becker is in this heat, no?
Yeah, it's a big heat for Michele Becker, this one.
They are
really needs to make it to the semis.
They're starting now.
If he makes it to the semis, he can only improve his score because his worst result is a 16th place. So if he makes it, he can only improve. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It was late.
Good start we're hearing.
Yeah.
Maybe not for Michele Becker a good start though. He looks pretty deep. Looks like Giro looking good. Looks like Matteo Iachino down this bottom end looking good. There's plenty of breeze. It looks like Mercer looking all right. Jordi Vonk has got the bit between his teeth as well. But Giro
flying down.
Solid up that top end. And Mattis. This is looking scary.
Is flying.
Oh my life, this is looking scary on the foil right now. It really does look windy as it's going to be Giraud, I think, that goes round in first place. Matteo Iachino as well, head-to-head. And Mercer. Then we've got Vonk. Then we've got Michele Becker. It's all to play for. He's going well, Lucas, at the moment, isn't he? Lucas Giraud, keep your eye on him because he will move up. He will definitely move up. Oh, look at Becker going on that top end. Michele Becker on the PATRIK gear, just coming through. I think he's gone up here already into third place. So found some speed there, and it looks like Lucas is actually missing out. And tell you what, Becker has just rolled everybody. Michele Becker is not having any of it, although someone's tried to take the inside line. Becker's come out smelling of roses there. The Gastras are also looking good, but Jordi Vonk is the one that's dropped back. But it is Matteo Iachino, Michele Becker, followed by Lucas Giraud, and then Mattis on the other Gastra. But Michele Becker has got some speed.
No way.
Look at the speed. The PATRIK gear definitely looks like it's going well at this competition. Michele Becker really giving a good account of himself here in Lake Garda at the first event.
As always, I was confident in my sailing. I think in this quarterfinal, in the 4th heat, yeah, that was a crazy heat. I for once had also not a good start, and I was 6th at the first mark. And I managed, by the 2nd mark, I was already leading. This was just so insane, you know? Everyone was bunched up at the first mark. I took a nice inside jibe. I had so good acceleration, and I knew this quarters final was so well seated that I had to push fully. I have to say the semi-final, I kind of fucked it up again, because I think I was 5th or 6th at the first jibe mark. I could have done the same thing, you know, jibing safely, using the speed on the 2nd reach, but it was a weird situation on the jibe. Alex was slightly behind me, but on the inside, Amado was in front of me, and I didn't know what to do. I basically just crashed my jibe, and it was in the drinks, and ended up in the losers final. And I was not really mad, because I don't know why. Because it was just how it goes, you know. Sometimes other guys crash, sometimes I crash, so it's part of the game. For sure not a nice one, but yeah, in the end I knew that it's still possible to get a single-digit result by winning the losers final, the runners-up final.
Okay, we straight up to the runners-up final where we start to do some maths. This also has an effect on the results. This runners-up final, we've got Michele Becker looking good in this one. Looks like Cedric Board in the middle. We've got Lucas Giraud on the Gastra down this bottom end. It is Lucas Giraud. He's going to pull up the leaders. He is definitely going to move up the leaderboard. It's not going to be enough to get a podium, but it's probably going to be his best ever result on the PWA Tour, as that looked like Cedric Board, is it? Michele Becker pushes through. A win here would be single digits for Becker, and that would definitely help his cause because he will move up. He has got a 3rd, a 2nd, and if he got a 9th here, he'd be right up in the mix for the top 5.
Top 5, yeah, top 5, yes.
Which would be massive. So Becker still needs this. Every place he gains here will count. So a first place is single digits. That's massive. He needs this, really. It comes down to just 1 point here, 1 point there. Could be the difference between 5th and 7th. Exciting way to finish this event in Lake Garda. We really thought we were going to get these sort of wins all week. That is what they get here in Lake Garda. This is bread and butter type stuff. But we've been very unlucky with the weather, but it's great to finish on a high as Michele Becker comes into this jibe mark in first place. Lucas Giraud in 2nd. Then we've got Amado Vrieswijk pushing through. 1 jibe mark to go in this runners-up final. This will be the last heat of the 2023 Lake Garda PWA event. What a way to kick off the season, or what a day to finish on to kick off this opening event. This is what we needed. We've been wanting this all week, so it's nice to see it actually happening. The drone's in full flight. Michele Becker has definitely put his name on the foiling discipline as a man to watch, because I think he could be sailing his way into a top 5 position here. This would be a first in the runners-up final, which give him a 9th, and that will give him a good one. So there you go, wins the runners-up final, Michele Becker. Second place is Amado Vrieswijk. Then we've got Lucas Giraud, followed by Cedric Ford. I think that's Nico.
I was just blasting down again, first reach, full power, came into the first mug in 3rd place, but then by the second jibe, again the same direction, second reach, I was just rolling people. It was, yeah, unbelievable. So in the end I finished that heat, and by, let's say, by the 3rd jibe I got a bit nervous, because it's different if you're leading a race or if you're 2nd or 3rd. It's way different. And this is basically how my first, not my first PWA event, but the first of this season went through. So it was really up and down. I could have easily been better, but at the same time I also had some luck here and there. So I think it's a really good average. Once again, shout out to the PATRIK gear, to the whole team. The designer Fabio was there. It was so nice meeting them. And yeah, with the new foil, it's just unbelievable. I don't want to just promote it now, but I just want to say how I felt. I put it in my board. I tried every wing size and so on once or twice, but I had no idea about which back wing angle I want and so on. So in the end, I just had the 550 front wing, my big back wing, and I left it like this for the whole competition. I just changed the sails from 8.4 to 7.2 for the last 2 eliminations, and that's it. You know, so I know that I can also use a smaller front wing. I can use a smaller back wing, which other guys were already using. So yeah, I have still some speed in my pocket for the next events, which gives me even more confidence. And yeah, also a quick shout out again to my partner Wind Lounge, and they're also helping me out big time. We are also watching the streams, doing stories and stuff. I really appreciate it. And yeah, of course they are my sponsors. They have an online surf shop, and they are focusing on customer service, so they really want to help you finding the perfect gear. Of course they also have the PATRIK gear, so yeah, the link will be in the description. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I'm already now on Sylt. It's just a few days after, and we are here for the 2nd tour stop of the German Cup, of the Multi-Man Windsurf Cup. And if you're interested in that, subscribe to the channel, because yeah, we're gonna race here from tomorrow on.